Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory on FIFA 21. Today I wanted to share with you guys my climb up in Division rivals, trying to get to Division 1. I also wanted to share a few squad building things, some changes we've made to the squad, and also just talk a little bit about what's working, what's not working so far in FIFA 21, because I know a lot of you guys are wanting to climb the ranks in rivals, so I'll just share with you my experiences as I've tested several players, tried several different things, so I'll let you know what's working for me. I guess first and foremost, this is the squad I was using at the time when I was climbing up in rivals. And I guess just tip number one is basically defending is just absolutely crazy this year. I started off with Clinton, Mata, and Dele at the back for my starter team, and they were fine, but, you wanted some improvement, so then I went the Serie A route. I had Koulibaly and Manolas, and I thought they were just on the same level as Clinton, Mata, and Dele, so I was just like, defending has just got to be atrocious this year. It's like, what is the deal? Because I thought they were terrible. I did not like Koulibaly or Manolas. Then I bought Sergio Ramos, who was my favorite center back, his Team of the Year version from last year from FIFA 20. He's been one of the best center backs in FIFA. One of his special versions of his card's been one of the best center backs in pretty much all of the last several FIFAs, so I thought I'd give Ramos a try, and it is a night and day difference. Ramos is just absolutely incredible in the game. He's the first defender I've had who can, seems like consistently win the ball, and even that Mario Hermoso I liked a lot more than both Manolas and Koulibaly. So we'll have some changes in store when we're done with that, but that's just kind of the first thing. Defending, this team right here is the first one I felt like I had any control defensively, but let's just get right into the matches. Just wanted to share that with you. So at the start of this video, we're at 1853 skill rating. We need to get to 1900 to be able to get to Division 1. And first and foremost, you've got to have the Burger King kit rocking it out right there. So Burger King power. The first team we're going up against is not the greatest team in the world. I was kind of surprised. Most of the teams I've went up against in this Division 2, high Division 2 level, I've seen 3 teams with Mbappe, Neymar combo. I've seen 1 team with CR7. So, we're still seeing some amazing teams. So, luckily for me, this was not, as far, as the actual players, it was not the greatest team. But don't ever let that fool you, because anybody that's at this level is a good player. But we get off to a really good start. Fake shot stops work really well this year. I haven't liked, last year I liked that fake shot stop where you kind of did that heel to heel. I don't like that as much this year because you can't transition from that into the La Croqueta as easy. It still can be effective, but you can't move out of that as well as you could in FIFA 20. But here also you see a terrible pass across. We were able to recover and get over to there, I think with our Alejandro Gomez, get a little bit of luck with the ball falling to Heung Min Son, and I'll say that's another one. Heung Min Son's been absolutely epic for me, so we get an early 1-0 lead, and we're just cruising again. And through balls this year are very important. I know people are starting to pick up on that. I've noticed a lot more people playing further back. I feel like that's going to be the OP. I've seen 1 or 2 other people saying that they think maybe you need to play a little further up, but for me, I think that's a death sentence. And it's unfortunate that we're going to have to play kind of that hang-back defense again, but I just think that's what it is. But here you can see I'm just kind of biding my time, dribbling around. I believe I'm controlling Heung Min Son there, and I've got Lozano making a run, so I'm just kind of biding my time, waiting for him to clear a little bit. Then I get that time to get it through, wait for the well-timed pass, and then low-driven crosses are very OP this year. The main reason is because they just hook them in, and the volleys work really well. So you can see that low-driven cross into Gomez, who just does this running boot right onto the ball, and he's just able to bury it in the back of the net. So we get a good 2-0 lead early on. Here you can see some nice passing around in the box. You've got to wait for your opportunity. I'm still undecided how much I like the game. Times I love it, times I don't. There's some nice passing. You see there, I didn't just force it into the Heung Min Son making the run because that pass when I went through, I went across to Lozano, and then I went, kind of play that triangle. So, use your angles, get your guys free, see where your players are. So we get a good 3-0 lead. Coming into the second half, Heung Min Son's just been absolutely epic. I think Heung Min Son could be one of the best players this year. I think strength may be important. This year, in FIFA 20, it was like agility. It's like if you had a player with even like 85 agility, you're like, psh, get that garbage out of here. But this year, I feel like the agility isn't as important. I mean, agility will always be important, but it's not as important as it was in FIFA 20. And so that means strength may be important. And it's not that Son is like the strongest player out there, but he has some physical. You're able to kind of shield people off. So Son was able to shield off a little bit, get his shot free. After that goal, it was like a minute or two later, my opponent disconnected. So we've got a nice win. Get the 4-0 win, and we go from 1853. And I love this year. I will say that's big credit to EA. I love they show your opponent's skill rating, because last year, you kind of had an idea, especially, as you get up in divisions a little bit. Our first division rivals match, we had a draw, I think, at 2-2, and I lost like 13 points from the draw, and that's because the person I was playing was in like Division 3 or something like that. So at least now what your opponent's skill rating is. I really, really like that feature. So our opponent was slightly less than us on skill rating, so we got 24 points. Now we're up to 1877, only 23 points away from Division 1. So we move on to the next match. Now, this is more like it, going up against a much stronger team, but there's kind of some interesting choices here. They've got Baby Rio out there. I don't know if that's for link purposes, exactly if that's what they're doing it. So they've got some really high-end players like the Baby Rio. They've got Pogba. They have Allen. I mean, even that Richarlison is pretty expensive. Mahrez is a little bit of money, but then you've got someone like Trossard on the left. So it's kind of an interesting setup here. I'm not sure exactly what their squad building was on this, but, again, like I said, anybody you're facing at a higher division, no matter what team they use, is a dangerous opponent. So, but like I said, it's a much stronger team with an Icon and Pogba and Allen. That Allen was like 70,000 coins, something like that. So early on, we end up giving up a goal off of a rebound. We had a block shot, fell right to us, Calvert-Lewin. And, Calvert-Lewin's in such form this year, even his FIFA 2021 card is on par. But we get it right back. We get some nice passing in the box, some nice 1-2s, and Heung Min Son just able to bury that one for us. We keep rocking and rolling. Again, this passing around the midfield is going to be important. So the other thing that helped me when I started feeling like I had more control of the game was when I upgraded my midfield. I did have Anderson, Talisca, and Paulinho there, and they were fine, but it was a markable difference when I went to Marcus Llorente and Nainggolan. They just had a lot more control in the midfield, it seems. So, able to pass around in the midfield, get things opened up again. Those triangles, oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful, boys. Making a game like this look beautiful. That was just pretty. That triangle right there. That's 2 goals we've had like that, where you kind of get it to your cam, pass to your striker, and then pass to another one. I think that I reversed it on the last one. I had it with my cam, who passed it to the right wing, or the right cam who passed to my striker. That time it was my cam to my striker to my wide cam. So those triangles are deadly in the box. You just cannot cover that many people defending this year. So here we've got his Richarlison making a run, and I'll just spoil it for you. We give up one of the worst goals of any FIFA in the last 10 years, but so he took a shot from a terrible angle with his Richarlison. Courtois saves it. And then Calvert-Lewin, again, he's in such form. It just even is translating to his FIFA 21 card. And I've got to replay this. Just watch this. If we give up goals like this year in any consistency, it's going to be frustrating. Hopefully that's the one crazy goal I give up all year. But watch this replay. The ball is just falling down. Calvert-Lewin's being defended. He's got someone right on him. And he just decides to turn. And just boot it right at Courtois. And Courtois, just for the comedy of errors there, was bad enough to rip one on like that. But then Courtois basically paddles it into his own net. So not the greatest thing in the world there, but it is what it is. So now we're back on the attack. I'm like, gosh, I cannot believe it. I had a chance at Division 1, but we come right back, and Heung Min Son misses the chance. So I will say, I feel like one thing I do like about FIFA 21, it seems like you bury more of your chances. So when you do get to those spaces, it seems like they do fly in. That was one that seemed more like FIFA 20 there. We had that a ton in FIFA 20, where you'd have like chance after chance after chance like that, and they would fly wide. So I will commend, I feel like that's better this year, that you do bury more of your chances once you get into the space, but that was one there. I just wanted to show you guys that. And I even had to pause it there. I had had a couple other decent chances before that, but just to say, I've talked about this a lot. FIFA is a mental game, so if you're not right, pause it, catch your breath, get ready. Especially, like I wasn't really playing competitively in FIFA 20 for like the last month or so, just kind of playing around, not taking it too serious. Now this is back to that serious. So you've got that stress level again. You forget about how stressful these rivals matches are. So we had a great chance there, missed it, but we keep fighting. Find a through ball that gets wide, but again, just adapt. I was able to get out wide with Son, recycle, get it to Nainggolan, and Lozano able to get free. Oh, no. Lozano missed. We got the pin. Okay, so that's what it was. So Lozano missed. We got the pin. One thing I've pointed to this out a few times on pins, you can see the head move again. So I'm doing my fakes. So, you just kind of have to watch the head move and then go from there. And, hopefully that, be able to get a little more skill back in pins. But we're up 3-2. We've just got to hold it out. See if we can get an insurance goal. And there we get Heung Min Son burying that one. Almost felt like that was a weaker chance than the one he missed earlier. But, like I said, I'm glad to see these chances flying in. And I will really recommend that Heung Min Son card. And here he goes, Son again with just the pace, just able to get by, just puts it out of reach there. So we end up winning this match 5-2. So now it's coming down. What were we at? 1877. So now you don't know. So now I see my opponent's skill rating was 1870, just a few off from me. So I'm like, yes, I'm going to do it, because usually if it's an equal match, you get 25 skill rating points. So I'm like, yes, that's got to be it. That's got to be it. Please, please, please. And we do. We get to 24 points to take our skill rating to 1901, which will put us to Division 1. And I'll show you guys here. You can see what the bonus is. So we get to the new division, skill rating 1901, and you get 50,000 coins for making it to Division 1. So all in total, when we won all five of our placement matches, we got 124,000 coins. Then we got 50,000 coins for making it to Division 1. So 174,000 coins potentially can be earned by making it to Division 1. So just keep that in mind. Now, the only not bad thing, I mean, it makes sense. If I dropped to Division 2 somehow and made it back to Division 1, I do not get another bonus. So it's just a one-time bonus. But it's nice. The 50,000 coins helped. And I'll show you the changes I made to my squad in just one second. But felt amazing to make it to Division 1. Let me get it off of this and get it back to the live, and you'll see the changes. Oh, no, they're right there. The video ended. Okay, you can see. So now we're back on just the live Xbox. I changed Mario Hermoso to Varane, and I changed, for chem purposes mainly, I love that Marcus Llorente card. I really, really like that one. But for chemistry purposes, I changed it to Valverde. I have not played with Valverde yet, so I'm hoping he's going to be good. I was able to pick him up for 52,000 coins. Varane was very pricey at 230,000 coins, but I'm really going to give him a go just to see. But I did, like I said, if I feel like Varane, I have not loved Varane in previous FIFAs. I think mainly because I've always been about agility, and Varane's always had the pace but not the agility. But this year the agility is not going to matter quite as much. So I'm hoping Varane is going to be able to handle his business. I did play with Varane in one draft and liked him a lot. So I'm thinking Varane and Ramos may be the best center back pairing you can have. I have not tried Virgil yet. Haven't really come across him much either. So Virgil still has that possibility of being out there. But as far as the pairing goes, I feel like Varane and Ramos are going to really lock it down. I've played now 10 matches with Ramos. Absolutely love him. I highly recommend him. Can't recommend Varane enough yet just because I haven't played enough matches. But as far as scorers go, or attackers, I'm loving this Heung Min Son. And it's a nice pairing this year where you can have Heung Min Son paired with Reguilon in this 4-5-1 to get Son perfectly linked. I do like Lozano. I can't say I love him, but he's doing his role, using that pace. I'm almost tempted now. It seems like I'm almost tempted to put just like a hawk on him and just try to make his pace 99.99 just to see if, just to get that little bit extra. So it's starting to seem now where he's not just running by people. You know, early on he was just running by people. Now it seems like, you know, they're catching up to him a little bit. So maybe if I give him just a little bit more pace, because there's so few fullbacks, like even, you know, where they change shadow, like Capa's at 83 pace. Even with the shadow, he only goes to 92.93. But that 92.93 will catch up with a Lozano when he's running with the ball. But I'm thinking maybe if I get Lozano to that 99.99, maybe he won't be caught. I don't know. The other thing about Heung Min Son, you know, with a Hunter, he goes to 96 acceleration, 99 sprint speed, and he still has decent agility, balance, reactions, all of those decent dribbling stats. But his shooting is still nice, so he's a card that works really well with Hunter. This Alejandro Gomez, I've really liked. I paid 181,000 coins for him. He's played 10 matches for us. Those are all Rivals matches. He scored 10 goals and 9 assists in Rivals matches. So Gomez has been absolutely epic for us. And I really like Nainggolan as well. He's been a rock in the midfield. I really like the Nainggolan and Llorente pairing. I'm hoping Valverde is going to be just as strong for me. But I guess we will see. I'll play around with them some and see how that works out. But this is the first team I've had where I feel like I can control the game, and that, you know, I wasn't even getting the best results. Like I said, I was testing out Koulibaly and Manolas, and I just did not like either one of them. I didn't feel in control of the game. I wasn't liking it very much. This is the first team I've got where I feel in control. I feel like I can control the play my style, play with some, you know, actually do some defending and also still do my attacking. So, like I said, I think it's going to be real important on squad building this year to have some sort of balance. I've also mentioned this. If you're new here, join the Discord, subscribe, all of that stuff. But I mentioned it in my Discord. I think this may be a year where you need 2 more defensive-minded midfielders. Typically in previous FIFAs, what I would do, even in a 4-2-3-1, I would have one just like defensive midfielder, and then I have one more like attacking midfielder, like a De Bruyne type, something like that, or a Luka Modric, someone that can attack, that can get forward. This year, I almost think that you need 2 midfielders that are more defensive-minded, but, you know, both, like Valverde and Llorente both have some attack to them. They've got a little bit that they can do an attack, but they've got a lot of defending characteristics. Same with Nainggolan. He has a lot of defending characteristics, but he also has some attacking. So I think this year we may need 2 more, like, slightly more defensive minded. Like, you may not get away. Now, I could be wrong, but, you know, because I was playing with Anderson Talisca as one of my midfielders, and, you know, he just has like minimal defensive awareness, and that could be because they've talked so much in pitch notes about defensive awareness. And so, like, Valverde has 79, and that would go to 84 with the shadow that I'm running on him. And so that, I think that's going to make a difference, because some of the guys, like, let's just look up a Kevin De Bruyne real quick. Or here's Talisca. Talisca only had 51 defensive awareness. So I think we're going to need guys with a little bit more. Like, let me just look up someone like De Bruyne real quick. What's his defensive awareness? And, you know, now once De Bruyne gets a Team of the Year, Team of the Season card, something like that, his defensive awareness is 68, so maybe that'll be high enough. That is higher than Talisca's, but I'm just saying it feels a lot better in-game with 2 midfielders that have a decent bit of defensive awareness, like in that 80 range. So, like, let's see, Valverde would be 84, and Nainggolan, I mean to do it on Son, Nainggolan would be 8, well, he's not on full chem. So if you did have him on full chem with the shadow, he'd be 88. He's only going to 86 for me. But anyways, boys, this is going to wrap it up. I wanted to share with you our climb and division rivals, how our team is looking, and as we keep moving on in the road to glory. But this is going to wrap it up for now. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, but I'll see you guys soon. Bye.